welcome everybody. I've got with me today Merv Fox. We started training at the same time, didn't we?
Same day, I think.
Was it, did you? I think you might have got a week in.
Maybe, yeah.
And that was, what year was that?
About 2000, 2001?
Yeah, I think it was 2001. And we graded through, didn't we?
Yes.
I think at one point I got a few months in front of you, which meant that I was going to gradings as a passenger in the car. Were you doing your spectacular driving? Because you got a bit nervous.
For the red belt, yes. In actual fact, my target when I started, having seen a couple of red belts at the club, my target was to become a red belt.
That's right, I remember that.
So when it came to red belt, actually when you graded, I passed on that grading because I wasn't sure I was ready. And then when you came with me when I did do it, I was probably as nervous as I've ever been. Yeah.
Coming off the motorway on two wheels.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, so tell me a bit about your sporting history then. What did you do as a lad?
Well, I did the obvious local football, Sunday football. Got to the end of that and started playing squash regularly in the leagues and stuff. Played in the team for Rustons and or one of the teams, and that continued on till I got to my mid to late 40s. I can't remember exactly. Discovered I was diabetic. Which they would call it a mental disorder this day, I suppose. I was depressed, kept working. In fact, pleased to say never missed a day off work for it, but outside work it was a disaster until and my diabetes progressed or regressed, whichever's the best, and I started to use insulin, and following that, by accident in the Echo I saw an advertisement, would you like to be fitter, more flexible, more confident? And being as I was a very low ebb at that time, I thought that sounds good to me, and was surprised to find it was actually taekwondo. And as we've already stated, Mark and I started certainly within days and a couple of lessons of each other, and progressed up to me written red belt all the way up to black belt.
Yeah, and you were in your 50s, weren't you, when you started?
Yes, yeah, plus 50 when I started. So realising age and physical limitations with diabetes and age anyway, I thought the target of red belt was reasonable, and nobody was more surprised, perhaps deep down, than me when I made it to black belt.
Oh, I was surprised. No, you did well. You were fit though, weren't you? A fit guy.
Yeah.
I didn't the press ups
and then plank was the thing.
Plank. Yes, I often mention you. Do you know what I'm going to say? What's the one thing in you and planking? Can you remember? Well, you weren't because you were asleep at the time. You fell asleep doing the plank. Can't you remember?
No, I can't remember.
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, you did. Yeah. Well, you could go on for minutes. Was it 6 minutes, 7 minutes?
I think I did.
We should have run out of time, but there you were.
I think I did over 10. And the most amazing thing about that was I'd never tried to do it until Mark introduced it. I'd never ever done it. And it was just something who knows why and how with these things, but I just found easy.
Mm.
And all the young guys used to try and beat me at the Mark sessions, and you know, I wasn't even struggling by the time everybody else had collapsed. One of those things, can't answer it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's and then black belt and beyond, wasn't it?
Black belt, yeah. Once I got black belt, I was confident. I was confident with the having worked very, very hard to get the first dan and getting it. Your expectations then go, and you know exactly what you've got to do second dan. And when I did my third dan, I got the Master Graham Churchill, who Mark will tell you far more about than me, said you're doing well, and he said at the end, how did I do? And he said, I'm not the judge, but give or take, you were the second best there. And considering I was the oldest by about 20 years, nobody could have been more impressed or excited than I was. And we have these techniques where we have to break, not wood boards these days, but plastic boards. And in my group of 10, I was the only one to break all three when I did my third dan. So, yeah, perhaps a spectacular day for me.
Mm. Good. And then instructor's course?
Yeah, that's followed up by instructor's course, and you'll have heard lots of people say this. It's always nice to give back what you've gained in your own experience. And so, yeah, I have trained a lot of children and been rewarded with perhaps, I would guess, been involved with training 15, maybe up towards 20 kids achieving the black belt. There was 3 sisters, the Dukia, 3 Dukia sisters, Finn and Autumn, 2 Jacks. So, and that's very rewarding to give back some of what you gained.
Good, yeah. As well, people watching this hopefully know that I'm thinking about doing, not thinking about, it's happening, adult only classes on a Tuesday and Thursday. What would you say to people who think that they're too old or too unfit or too inflexible? What would you say to that?
I could answer that quite simply. When I was diabetic and it progressed to being insulin dependent, where people who know diabetes, you've got to watch everything you eat, everything you do.
Yeah. And when are you going to start doing that?
Yeah, every moment of the day.
Yeah.
And Taekwondo was a little bit by accident, but it proves, you know, with application and attitude, it's amazing what people can achieve.
I always describe it as a bit of a personal journey, isn't it? You know, you're fighting against your own brain, really, your own personality telling you can't do something.
Yeah.
So that's...
Yeah, one thing I will say, and it's overlooked, and it's perhaps the most important part of Taekwondo. A lot of people are put off Taekwondo because they think it's kicking, jumping and hitting people. And that is the martial part and is definitely a part of Taekwondo. But we have the art side, focus, breathing, concentration, balance, posture, flexibility. I call this the art side. And not only is the art side, it's a sound basis for every activity or even normal activity you do in life. So I put perhaps more emphasis on the art side than I do on the martial side. So even if you don't want to be Tyson Fury, you know, there's an awful lot to be gained out of Taekwondo other than knocking people out. That's a little bit basic, but so remember, it's an all-round sport. It is martial, but most importantly, it is art. And art is good for everything you do and think in life.
It's true, yeah, it's good. Yeah, you're selling it well.
Good.
So what else is there? Is anything? What else is there to say? Do you think your flexibility? Do you think you've gone into being a bit older, a bit more flexible, a bit healthier, or?
What do I say? I've never been very flexible. Fact, never ever been flexible.
Yeah.
And you can be fairly certain. I'm not a surgeon or a specialist. You can be fairly certain that I've maintained what flexibility I had to a great degree. Without Taekwondo, I'm sure I would have lost a lot of it.
And muscle strength, because when you're younger, it's best to increase muscle size, isn't it? To take that into the inevitable decline as you get older. So all those press ups and jumping around and body weight exercises got to have been good for you.
Yeah,
Good. So you're gonna come along to the class as well, aren't you, Jordan?
Oh yes, I will definitely join the class because I've had, as I say, I've had a hip replacement and I've just had a hand done and I've got a shoulder to be done.
Yeah.
And then who knows?
There's not much left, is there? It's brilliant move. And then to make it clear, then you are still teaching, aren't you? You still teach out of Mandir Bowlers Club down at the Moreland Community Centre every Tuesday and Friday.
Tuesday and Friday, yes.
Is that 5:45 till?
It's 6:45 till 8 o'clock, both nights.
Yeah, that's good. Thank you for your time, and I've enjoyed our journey, and long may it continue, my friend.
Yes, let's hope so. Yes.
Yeah.
And I hope I'll see some of the people who watch this video at Mark's training sessions next year.
Brilliant. Okay then, thank you.